Buenos dias, Perico. No, Bruce. Bruce sits. Sits. Rango sits. Let him in. Lucy sits. Lucy sits. Lucy. Muy bien, vamos. So still doing the intermittent fasting. Still feel amazing. I actually feel better and better all the time. I was just thinking this morning, this is probably the best I've felt in a morning that I can remember ever. The dogs woke me up, of course, and I was just like, all right, let's go. Like, I remember how I felt like a couple months ago. That'd be like killing me. Like, why? And just groaning and moaning. And then once I did wake up, it'd take me at least an hour of just sitting there getting ready to kind of wake up. And then I don't even remember what I did. Everything seems like so, like that was then, this is now sort of a thing. Like, so it almost seems like it was a different life or something. But yeah, I think I'd pretty much stay in bed for a couple of hours. Then maybe go on the computer and mope around. Like, I was just like so different than I am now. And a lot of it's due to the diet, for sure. And the diet, see, what I've started to realize is all connected. Your mental health is connected to your physical health, and your physical and mental health are connected to your spiritual so-called health, your consciousness, your raising of consciousness. See, I didn't bring my one chihuahua this time, so now there's no, Pedro's, no, Letta sits. Oh, now there's one other dog here, hang on. So almost everyone leaves their dogs kind of out here. Hey, Chispita. Lucy really likes this dog. They're like friends. And I didn't bring my other chihuahua, that's what I was just about to mention. And so if he was here, this would be chaos. But without him, everything's fine. And Lucy likes this dog a lot. This is the dog that drove by yesterday in the car. It's so cute. I really like this dog. Yeah, muy bien. Muy bien. So anyway, it's all tied together. I didn't realize that. No one tells you this stuff. So my whole life I'd be like, people would be like, oh, you're not feeling too good? You should eat a little better. And I just didn't get it. Like, I was like, yeah, you don't understand how bad I feel, because I don't think a carrot's gonna fix this. But in fact, a carrot kind of did or could fix this. Not just one, of course, but fixing your diet. See, what I've started to realize even more is, like, if your physical health isn't good, nothing's good. And it's way more important than I thought to everything. So I used to think, whatever, I'll eat some chicken wings. What's the big deal? Well, it's all tied together. And a lot of that stuff, Lucy, Ben! And a lot of that stuff I'm not saying like, if you have one meal of chicken wings, you're gonna destroy your health. But that stuff sits in your stomach and just sort of festers, as opposed to just fruit and some raw vegetables. So the more you can just sort of, just eat that kind of stuff, the more your body just sort of feels really good. And then once your body feels good, all of a sudden your mentality just changes. So it's all super, super connected. So, like, I remember that after I did a boga. Letta, Ben. A boga was sort of like a real sort of like reset of the system. And after a boga, I felt kind of how I feel right now, but not even this good. Like, I feel even better now. But I felt something like this, and I remember thinking, because before I did a boga, I'd wake up every morning, and I live in paradise, right? And this place was hell to me. Every place was hell. For years and years, especially after I had all my problems with Gulf Skulls Chile and got extorted and defrauded, and all tied in with that whole passport BS, and lost everything. And that was just part of it. But even before that, I wasn't very happy. And then it just got worse after that, obviously. Basically got bankrupted. First time really in my life. Anyway, it's all a good experience now. But every day just seemed like hell. There was nothing, you know, I didn't even want to go out in the sun. That's how you can kind of tell how you're doing. If you don't, there's the German Shepherd up there. Let's turn around. Yeah, that's how you can kind of, one way to tell how you're doing is if you don't even want to go out in the sun, that pretty much says something's wrong. You know, from my experience, maybe you're depressed, maybe you have physical issues. So maybe your physical body isn't good, because now I'm like, I actually work with the windows open. Like, it's just night and day. I used to work in my office with everything shut. Everything was so dark and just dark for many years. And now it's just like, I just love being out here. This is wonderful. And what's changed? Not a ton's changed. Like, obviously this area didn't change. This place didn't used to suck, and now all of a sudden it's great. So it was obviously me, but mostly it was partly my physical health, which affected my mental health. And now, even I still have problems. I have problems, you know, just like everybody, and all the time. Probably more than most people, because I do so many things. So when you do a lot of stuff, you're going to end up with lots of problems. And in the old days, it would just kill me, and now it's like nothing. It's like, yeah, whatever, deal with it, not a big deal. So my fixing the physical has really improved the mental, like massively. Like I said, like, it's just like I live in a different world now. Like, but it hasn't changed. Like, this was always here. That's sort of the funny part. And I remember thinking that on Iboga. After I did the Iboga, I woke up and I was like, I feel really good. And I went outside, I was like, it's beautiful, you know, and it is beautiful, right? Like, you know, it's kind of funny. I live in paradise and I thought I was living in hell the whole time. But that's how your mental affects everything. So for people who've never dealt with depression or any sort of mental sort of problems, you know, emotional or whatever you want to call them, yeah, it's like you won't. I'm sure most people have actually felt it, but if you haven't felt it, yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Like, everything, it's all perception, right? Like, all life is perception. Nothing's actually real. Like, people get very, I guess you call it right brain, or just, they get in their mind and they don't use their heart or their soul at all. And a lot of people just think, oh, this is all real, and I got to get a bunch of stuff, you know, I got to make sure my bank account's really big, and I got to get this car, and, you know, oh, I got to, you know, I can't lose this, and I've got this memorabilia, and this, I got to keep this because this is so important. None of that's important. None of it's real. Like, life is, in general, sort of an experience from what I can tell. And definitely nothing material is important. And so many people just totally miss that. And if you don't have the right, and that's another thing too, I can kind of see this. So I watch people like, now they might be possessed, but people like Dick Cheney and all these people, and they're like, war! And it's like, they're obviously got serious mental issues, like brain damage sort of level. But they're also just living in that one part of the mind. And like I said, if your body isn't doing well, then your mind's not going to be doing well. You just look at the body of people like John McCain. His body's obviously not doing well. I don't think that's the whole issue. He's obviously got psychological, mental problems and might be possessed, if that's a thing. But again, if your physical isn't good, your mental's not going to be good. And if your mental is not good, you're not going to have any chance of being kind of on that sort of bliss level happiness that you see some people have, and I'm starting to understand. I've actually been feeling it in the last few weeks, from time to time, not all the time at all, but every now and then I have a moment, and I'm like, oh, that's what those people are feeling. This is pretty cool. I want more of this for sure. And but you can't get there. I think it starts at physical, and I think for that reason, kids, for the most part, are very sort of connected. You know, that's why everyone loves kids. Why do they love them? Because they're amazing. They're pure and clean and full of joy, and they don't have any preconceived ideas that are like holding them back. And then people will put them into government indoctrination camps for 12 years and drive that all out of them. A lot of people even go overboard. A lot of those right-brained people will send their kids after school for like 4 more hours of, you know, torture in jail until they're just frickin' destroyed. The exact opposite of what they should be doing. But that's why people like kids. And I think kids, because they haven't eaten a lot of crap yet, although they get them on them very quickly now, especially with Rango. No, I don't know what he's finding over here. Rango, what are you finding? He's a hunter. What do you find, Rango? Rango, Ben? But yeah, like moms are taught not to even breastfeed now. Everything, whatever's natural, do it. Whatever's unnatural, don't do it. That's basically what it comes down to. And everything that people are taught nowadays is unnatural and really bad. So they'll have them on all these formulas that are just full of just toxins right off the bat. So kids right off the bat now. Then they'll pump them full of vaccines, which full of mercury. So they're pretty like badly toxic in their first couple years. Not to mention the circumcision. So we live in an incredibly evil matrix society, and people will actually defend doing all this. They'll get really mad at you. You need to pump your kids full of mercury and toxins and formaldehyde. Just look at the ingredient list. Like, this is stuff that I'm still trying to get out, and it's going to take me years to get out, and that's why I still can't reach a ultra spiritual state, because I still have all those toxins inside of me. It's going to take years to get rid of it all. And people are like, pump your kids full of it because the measles. Because the measles. Yeah, the measles, that was really bad. I remember there was that one weekend I had to watch movies all weekend. Yeah, that was terrible. Better pump me full of chemicals and mercury and heavy metals that I'll almost never get out unless I really focus on it, and it will cause me problems throughout my life, just in case, so I don't get the measles. And then you get these people who are like, if you don't vaccinate your kids, you know, you should be put in jail, you should be kidnapped. This is how evil Matrix and the Matrix dwellers are as well. That they want to take you, kidnap you, kill you if you don't poison your kids like they're poisoning their kids. And you can't use any logic with them. You can't say, hey, if your kids have already been poisoned, then they're protected. They'll never get the measles, right? So what are you so scared about? It's what do they call it? Herd. I don't know, call them the herd? Yeah, we're a herd, like a herd of animals. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, getting back to how it's just all, the physical is so important. And that was the part I wasn't getting. And it was never explained to me in a way that I could get it. So like I said, a lot of people would say, I'd say, I'm depressed, I don't want to live, I don't see the point of even being here, it just basically sucks every day. And some people would kind of try to give me some information that would help, but they wouldn't explain it in a way that I could understand. They'd just say, well, what are you eating? And I'd go, I don't know, whatever makes me happy, because I don't even care, you know. But I'd be eating, like, you know, whatever, just garbage, anything greasy, potato chips, Starbucks Frappuccino to get the sugar and caffeine boost for a few seconds. And they'd say, hey, you should maybe eat better and you'll feel better. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Like eating a carrot, like I said, is going to make me feel better. In fact, it does. But they didn't tell me in a way that I could understand it. So that's sort of why I'm doing this video. So you can understand from my experience why it's so important. And so then it comes down to, so how do you take care of your physical health so your mental health is really good? So then you're even spiritual, and your ability to feel peace and bliss and happiness and connection, that can all occur. And that's all the stuff I've been talking about over the last month or so. Fasting, absolutely got to look into it. You know, it's funny, they mention it in almost every religion. I'm not saying religion's necessarily good, but there's a lot of information in there that they kept. That, and by religion I mean organized, man-made you pay them to get access to God. That's all BS. The Pope is like one of the most evil people in the world, the Jesuit. He's like a Satanist. A lot of them are. Everything is. But, you just got to, kind of forgot what I was talking about with the Pope part. What was I talking about before that? I guess I can't ask you, you're not here. Lucy, what was I talking about? Lucy, what was I talking about? Yeah, she doesn't care. She's like, you talk too much. Just enjoy the walk. I actually do enjoy doing these talks while I walk. I don't know why. Maybe it's sort of like my own psychotherapy. I only do this about half the time I'm walking, just so people know. The other half of the time I'm just sort of, like Lucy, just sort of enjoying it. But I do enjoy sort of doing this for whatever reason. And but getting back to, I forget what my point was, spiritual health, mental health, physical health. I actually totally lost my train of thought on that. But yeah, you just gotta, if your physical's not good, your mental's not gonna be good, then your spiritual's not gonna be good. So gotta get, I think I was talking about, right, what I do, fasting. Oh yeah, the religions, that's what I was talking about. Eventually comes back. You just gotta relax, take a deep breath, and it'll always come back. Never worry. So yeah, every religion in the world pretty much has fasting as part of it. It's all been taken out. Everything kind of important has been hidden. For whatever reason, you can get into the reasons, but it's been all hidden. So now it's like, instead of going for a 40-day fast like Jesus, which I think probably a lot of people should do, and I want to get to that point at some point for sure. 40 days is a long time, but I want to get to that point. Instead of teaching people that, and the golden rule, that's kind of been forgotten, and that's essentially the basis of anarchism. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. But now you have Ron Paul say the golden rule in North Carolina, which is supposed to be the Bible Belt, and everyone boos them because they forgot all about that stuff. It's been lost. No one teaches that stuff anymore, and a lot of people need to be taught. They can't learn this stuff on their own. And so yeah, a lot of this stuff has just been it's been just sort of washed away, all the important information. So instead they're like, yeah, forget about the fasting, forget about the golden rule. Just go to church every Sunday and pay those guys as much money as you can, and then you're good. You're all good. Oh, and to eat the body of Christ and drink his blood. Yeah, like that doesn't sound too satanic. No one thinks about that. No one thinks about much anymore. They've gone to their government indoctrination camps. Yeah, we're just drinking the blood of Jesus. Oh, really? Like vampires or something? No, it's to show that we love him. We're taking him in. Oh yeah, you're eating Jesus because you love him. Okay, whatever. Pay those guys every weekend, and they'll tell you how bad you are for your thoughts. Not all of them. I'm sure there is some decent churches. I'm sure there is, but most that I've seen or heard of, they're not. And they're like, yeah, you're bad. You're bad people. You pay us and tell us your sins, which we'll use against you later. And basically extort you for the rest of your life, that if you ever leave the church, we'll tell people about what you've done. Yeah, cool. That's what God and Jesus really want, I'm sure. But anyway, all that stuff's been lost. So, just things like fasting. So if you want to get the physical good, oh, there's that other dog. He's coming back. Let him in. Let her. Sits. Sits, let her. Sits. Lucy, no. Let her know. Let her. See, without the Chihuahua, they're okay. Let him in. Let her. Let him in. Let her. Lucy. Rango. Yeah. Lucy likes that dog. She's going to go with him or her for a while. That's fine. But anyway, as far as the fasting and stuff, actually I lost my train of thought again. I don't know what's going on today, but I'm sure it'll come back. Just relax, take a deep breath. Actually, the thought didn't come back, but I don't care anymore. So that's good. Here comes Lucy, I guess. Oh, here comes the other dog. If the other dog wants to come play, that'd be cool. I like that dog. But yeah, just if you want to get the physical, yeah, I remember where I was now, see? If you want to get the physical good, I've been doing a detox sort of thing. So on top of the fasting, which I did a lot of, and now I'm intermittent fasting, which I highly recommend. I don't think I'm ever going to stop this. Like I feel so much better. And I'm getting ripped, like crazy ripped, like shredded. I don't know if you can kind of see, but whatever. And just like close to six-pack already. And just the muscles piling on. And I basically don't eat from like 9 at night till 2 in the afternoon. Then I have some fruit, and I have a salad, and I have some more fruit, I have some salad, and maybe some more fruit. And then by 9, I'm done. So that's been a big part. So it's sort of like the intermittent fasting, and then what I actually am eating during the 6 hours when I do eat, which is basically just fruit and vegetables, as much raw as I can. I'm still cooking. I still have a veggie burger every day. I'm still not 100% raw. I'd like to get there, but I'm not there yet. And I'm feeling great anyway, so that's good. So, you know, just step at a time sort of thing. I've made tons of changes in my life. Lara likes to play in the puddles. Lara, don't play in the dirty water. Cochina. Lara, don't drink it. Lara, ven. And, then the detox part. This is something I haven't talked a lot about yet. And I'm going to start talking about it more. So once I got the intermittent fasting going, and once I got the diet really good, I've also been detoxing. So you actually, with the intermittent fasting and with fasting, you will detox for sure, absolutely. But I think to get out the real heavy metals, the mercury and stuff, I used to have mercury fillings. You know, I had so much poison in me. I've had a number of vaccines when I was a kid. I've never gotten any since. Even with all my travels, they always say, you gotta have this or you gotta have that. I just fake it. I just go on Photoshop and say I've got it. You know, yellow fever, whatever, all that malaria or whatever you're supposed to have. I just say I got them, but I never have. So I've had all these toxins your whole life, and like I mentioned, like it's in everything. Toxins are in everything. If you think you're really healthy, you're probably not, and you probably Ben, Ben, Ben. Like even like people who think they're really healthy, they're probably not even healthy at all. That's how bad most people are. And it's not like even just the stuff you've eaten. Like I was saying, like it might be like the chemtrails every day, or the fluoride in the water, or you know, the stuff they put in the kids' breast milk replacements. You know, all this stuff. It just all gets in your body. The fillings, as I mentioned, and a lot of food has pesticides. And so that's basically, you know, kind of like a poison they're putting on the food. And it just sort of gets into the food. Even if you wash it really good, it's in the food. So you're eating poison just constantly. That's why, you know, there was no big cancer thing before the last 50 or 100 years. I don't think it even really existed much. Same with most things. All this stuff just happened and they hide it all. And doctors go, oh, we can fix it. Just going to take all your money and you're going to end up dead anyway. But we can make you live a few years longer. Yeah, great. I'd rather just get rid of all this stuff. So the detox is really important. Oh, all the dogs are coming out now. Let her, Ben. Let her. So anyway, that's the next stage, and I think, yeah. What are you barking for now? So that's the next sort of thing. So I've getting really good with the physical. Oh, the other thing too about the physical is the gut. I think most people, they say, have leaky gut now, and it's because of all the toxins that we are all exposed to. And I'm pretty sure I had it too from all the information I've been reading, and candida, all these kind of things, like parasites, all that stuff. That's really affects your physical health, which really affects your mental health. So I've been getting a lot of that better. I've been doing some parasite removal type stuff, and it's nothing you've heard about from, like, you can buy it on Amazon. I'll be telling you all about that in the next few weeks. But yeah, that's sort of the next step, is getting even more detox, getting more of this stuff out. And then who knows, like, I don't know if you guys could tell, my eyes are changing colors like big time. I can't look, the sun's so bright today. But if they're getting like lighter and lighter, like I don't know, like I just noticed, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but I see myself in some of my videos as I'm like, you know, just scrolling through stuff. I'm like, whoa, my eyes totally look different now. And that's just in a few weeks. And they say the eyes are the window to the soul. There's a lot of this information that's kind of hidden, but it actually tells you your health in many ways from what I hear. And there's people like Dr. Morris, and I had Patty Lager on Anarchast just recently. And they actually will look at your eyes and they can tell mostly everything about your health through your eyes. And she was telling me on that Anarchast, I actually forgot about it until just now, that your eyes do change as you get detoxed. Because you can see where the toxins are and where they actually are in your body through your eyes. It's amazing. I'm actually going to go through this. I haven't done this with them. Actually, that just reminded me, it's way down my list of Facebook messages, like thousands down. I get 100 plus a day. So if you message me on Facebook, chance of me seeing it is pretty small. But I remember Patty did message me and she said, let's set up an appointment. And we're going to videotape the consultation where they actually do my eye analysis and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do that, and I'll put that maybe here on this channel. I was wondering where I was going to put it. And now that I got my personal sort of health channel, I guess, or just my walking the dogs channel, basically call it, maybe I'll put that on here. But yeah, the eyes are the window to the soul, and you can actually see your health in your own eyes, and your health of your physical body is the health of your mental health, and that's part of your spiritual health as well. It's all tied together, and no one ever told me this. Muy bien, Bruce, Lucy, Rango. Muy bien, Lara, muy bien. Muy bien, Bruce. Lucy. Muy bien. Muy bien. Muy bien, Perico. Muy bien. Ven, petita. 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 Yep. Muy bien. Otro. Petita. Ven. Ven. Otro. Otro. Muy bien. Ajá. Yep. Ven. Muy bien. Muy bien, Perico. Muy bien.